Yes.
Yeah.
Walk on. You blessed
Everything
me?
good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, everything nice.
Oh, man, how's your day been?
Yeah, good. How about yourself?
Yeah, man, I'm here still. You know how it is. Working them ones there. Keeping it moving. trying to stay better. You know? Straight up, bro. That's what it's about. It's a bit hard to do when it's fucking brittle. It's cold out there, bro.
Trust me.
Joey, how are you, bro?
Yes. What are you saying, guys? You good, yeah?
Yeah, man. You?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just finishing this meal off. You know what I mean? Get me? Was out.
It's got to be done, bro.
Oh, it's Friday night, fam. So I thought, you know what? Let me just quickly go and grab my snacks.
Grab some snacks.
Yeah, how you, man? You good? Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm good. I'm good still. I've got bare realm talks, man. Bare realm talks.
Okay. Joey, with the realm talk today, Jay.
Well, do you want to go? Do you not want to go?
No. I'm just saying it's good. I've got something there, but if you got the realm talks there, that's all good. I don't know if Live Lounge going to turn up today. I know in the group he said it. He might be doing something today.
I think he's gone to shake his leg off today.
Yeah. Man's gone to shake her leg, bro. Jeez, mad thing. But no, if he's gone for it, I hope he enjoys himself. I hope he
for sure.
Time still.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, if you wanna, because hopefully I put the thing out for the people. Then I'm gonna put it into the group. Obviously I've put as I'm sure you both know already. You know what I mean? The first of many full things have gone out now. So like we've got our first one out there. So boom, it's going to be time to push that. Make sure people get to see that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Have I sent you the link yet?
Well, the short clips on YouTube
the link to the long form video.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've been seeing it. Yeah, it was on the premiere on YouTube. Yeah, so it's so hard. Looks sick.
You got to thank Jay, man. Jay made it look cold and it looks clean.
Yeah, it's hard, Jay, man. You went in, fam. It's good. It's smooth, bro. The talking as well is nice. Audio is correct. You get me?
Again, got to big up Jay, bro. Jay's made that sound clean, bro.
Hey, what I'm saying is
that,
whatever phone that Joey's got is the best phone for audio.
Yeah.
It literally is. Like, your phone compresses it to studio program. And when I put a ting on it, doesn't even need a lot of ting to make it sound clean. Like my phone and your phone sound obviously like amateur, not amateur, but like
okay.
It's not professional, you get me? It sounds like Joey's got a mic on his phone, like an external mic.
Man. But you know how it is, bro. He's like, that's how you know Joey. That's why Joey's the man of balance. His voice has got to be clear, concise. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
But yeah, big you up, Jay, all the time, though, bro. Because I must admit, it looks fucking sick, bro. It looks proper sick. You know what I mean? And the first of many, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Awesome.
So, and obviously we get it out there, just getting the post out there, making sure people see it. You know what I mean? And then boom, the more people see it, the more they might want to come and jump in the cave and come and have some conversation. You get me? But if you want, we'll get started with some realm talk. So I will say for this space, Joey, the floor is yours, my bro.
Yeah, how are you guys, man? Basically, I think I posted it on the group chat, but I'm pretty sure you've heard. But yeah, the former reform leader in Wales got sentenced for 10 years and a half for apparently accepting bribes from Russia, bruv.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I have seen that's happened.
Exactly, and apparently the bribes were to speak out pro-Russian statements in Parliament and to the media. So it's looking a bit peak for reform at the moment because obviously, like we're aware that Nigel Farage has expressed some sort of admiration for Putin as a leader, I don't think as a person, but as a leader. And there's been accusations. I think we're seeing similarities with what happened with Trump with the whole Russia collusion, which got proven false. But with Nigel Farage, we've seen similarities where people have accused him, not as much as Trump, but they've accused him of being pro-Russian and pro-Putin. But having that guy, your former leader, as being sentenced for accepting £40,000 for Russian bribery to express pro-Russian, pro-Putin statements in Parliament and media, is not a good look for Farage and Reform, because now Starmer has said now that he's looking to investigate all of the Reform leaders and MPs. So he's actually
he's doing that to make himself look good, though, bro. You know that, right?
Of course, yeah, of course.
But just to make himself look good.
Of course, yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure of that for sure. And obviously, yeah, because obviously they're in a war, not a war, but a public kind of war for votes.
So you can basically call it like war. So when it comes to Labour, yeah, one thing you can definitely say Labour's doing at the moment is infighting. That's 100%.
Exactly. So
they are infighting right now.
And they know Reform have been winning the polls in terms of popularity. So they need to use this to attack Reform now. They need to use this to...
But that's what they're going to do, right?
Sabotage their name, defame.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to do, bro. I genuinely think that like they will form a plan of attack and they will try to attack it. My only gripe, not even gripe, my only question is this too little, too late? Because I think it is.
I'm not sure. It could be, but you have to think about it. We got 4 or 5 years left, bro. So I thought, even though Keir Starmer and Labour are looking unpopular in terms of the polls and their policies, especially for the upcoming budget on the 26th.
Yeah,
you've got to think about it. They still have 4 to 5 years time. So until another general election,
here's the thing, though. We're talking Labour as a party there in for 4 to 5 years, right? Because I still don't think Starmer lasts 4 to 5 years.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's still a chance that he'll get a vote of no confidence one day, and they'll have to replace him. That's sure. But Labour as a whole, they're still going to be the party.
Yeah, they're going to Labour's going to be there for a full term. We know that. I know that for a fact. They're going to be there for a full term. They have to be there for a full term. They've been voted in. You see what I'm saying? Like, but one thing I will say is I've got a topic there, yeah, that kind of brushes upon that. You know what I mean? So we'll definitely be speaking about that, man. Because I'm not going to lie, I think it's the end of an era for Starmer. I think it's the writing's now beginning to be written on the wall.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what I mean? Little by little.
I definitely agree. It's too little, too late. I know there's this whole argument of, there's 4 years left and we're tear. I think that this argument that people use is very, very short-sighted. We've been with Labour for a year, yeah, and all they've done is damage the country. Now, these people that are saying, we've got 4 years, they're thinking in their head, which is very naive, in 4 years, Labour will change and, they'll start helping the country. That is definitely never going to happen. Labour already started off how they want to end, yeah? They want to end with basically a digital, social system where they can basically control people. That's where they want to end.
Basically a digital society.
There's no, not even an ounce of salt or ounce of air that makes me think that, we got 4 years, it might change. Labour, people hate Labour now, yeah? And when I say people, the working class people, they'll always hate Labour. 4 years' time, they'll hate Labour. In 10 years' time, they'll hate Labour because of the fact that they haven't just caused them issues, they've caused them PTSD, basically. Farmers, PTSD. Old people, PTSD. Pensioners, PTSD. It's not like they've done a little something. They've actually destroyed all these communities. So in that, and then obviously with the migration over Conservatives and Labour, plus that, people, 5 years time, their hate ain't gonna disappear. That hate is gonna be worse. That hate is gonna be, we need to get someone in power. Nigel Farage, he fucked it up for himself, yeah? But I knew that anyway, yeah? So it basically gives an opening to someone else. And it's 4 years now for someone else to come up and do what they've got to do to get the people on side. And that's all it takes.
That's your party, innit?
Yes.
That's your party. That
could be your party. That could be
Sultana's party.
Yeah, that could be Advanced Party. We don't even know because that's probably Robinson's party. So we don't know in 4 years, 5 years time. But we can definitely say that people are not going to say in 2 years' time, oh, yeah, that was 2 years of pain that we had to go through. Now we can breathe. People are not going to be like that. Like,
bro, they better be giving people like fucking $4 or $5 grand a week, mate, for them to be starting doing that.
The COVID happened 5 years ago. People still hate on that. Yeah, things happened time ago. People still hate on it. It's not like that will change. So Labour is basically going to be their last time in power for a long time, I would think. Like, I would definitely think that. I think as soon as it's gone, they're out, and they're going to get kicked out by the people, and a People's Party's going to go in. That Labour won't be seen until they completely change our cabinet, their face, the whole thing. Because they basically...
they need a rapid overhaul. I do believe that Labour need a massive, rapid overhaul. I'm talking like of the whole party. The leader, a new leader, and that leader goes around and literally flings his axe at everyone and picks people from fresh.
So basically, like Labour, the name, the brand has been absolutely damaged. Basically, like Bud Light, it's been tarnished. So, like I said, for that is too. And same Conservatives, their name has been tarnished.
Oh, bruv, they're an end of an era, bruv. I don't think you hear it Conservatives again.
Trust me.
I think that's it. I think Kemi Badenoch's running him into the ground.
But that's what I think anyway, man. Like, you know, there's hopefulness and optimisticness, and there's naiveness and ignorance is bliss, but patterns genuinely tell the truth, innit, so.
But guys, you gotta remember as well, yeah. Shabana Mahmood has put this Danish style policy for immigration.
Yeah.
Let's just give a scenario. Let's say, look, that's an example, yeah. Let's say they give more policies that favour the working class and their views and opinions in the next 4 years. Let's say they go all out and think, you know what, this is the only chance we have. Let's put our policies in favour of the people that want it in regards to immigration, in terms of the economy, in terms of the working class, so on and so forth. Do you think that will give them an edge in the next 4 or 5 years if they actually go ahead with it? Because Conservatives were trying to do that, but it was too late for them. With Rishi Sunak, it was too late. Let's say Labour decide, you know what, we're going to have to go all out. We're going to stop being politically correct. We're going to do this, that. Let's just say they think, you know what, this is the only chance we get. Do you think that will give them the edge over everyone else by the next 4 or 5 years?
Which party again? Sorry,
Labour.
Labour. I don't know. Again, like the reason I say I don't know, is because I do agree with what Jay says in it, where when a government fucks up, and they fuck up badly, especially with a particular event, like they don't forget. They're like elephants. They just don't forget. As we said, COVID, no one's forgot that. You know what I mean? Look at when Tony Blair tried to bring digital IDs in before. People remember that. Like, people don't like him for that. You know what I mean? It was an overwhelming fuck off for Tony Blair. You see what I'm saying? Theresa May, look what she was doing. You see what I'm saying? Like, people hated her. They don't forget things, especially when it's something like that that's gonna hurt them. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I personally don't know. I don't know what Jay thinks, but I wouldn't be able to tell you right now. I think that's the best way I could put it. I wouldn't be able to tell you right this second. Like, I have to give that a little bit of more time.
I mean, I definitely agree with you two in terms of the present moment. Both the parties, Labour and Conservatives, have done us crap, But after that policy that Shabana Mahmood did, in terms of immigration, which everyone can agree was a big shock or surprise that Labour are doing that. They've obviously been inspired by reform and the UK voters, obviously.
Yeah. Let's
say in the next 4 years they carry on doing that sort of stuff. Don't you think people are going to think, you know what, I'd rather just stay with Labour for now because they've done added some good stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than, that's what I'm saying.
Here's my, like, maybe if you can call it gripe with that. Yeah, like, we've seen Labour try and emulate other countries and their systems. Has it worked?
No.
No.
What do you mean?
So like they've tried to use other systems from places like Scandinavia. They tried to do their own Doge as well. You know what I mean? They tried to do they tried to do something with the army as well that was emulating another country. You know what I mean? Until they realized that the SAS was much, much better. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they seem to try and emulate other countries and fail. Yeah. So I don't know if this will work. We just have to wait and see.
So what's this Danish thing you're talking about anyway? Is it Danish?
So the immigration system is kind of inspired by the Danish one. So, you know, they allow people to be permanent after 20 years now. Permanent. Remember, you spoke about it on the chat,
we
remember?
spoke about that. They get turned to temporary status. And that temporary status can last anything up to 20 years.
I mean, okay.
Exactly.
I don't understand where the association is with that and people saying, oh, this is going to work. Because, number one, it's only going to take effect in 20 years for the first certain people, and it's not going to stop immigration, surely. Because people are still going to immigrate, and it's going to be on a waiting list for 20 years. And we're going to have to pay for 20 years, surely.
Yeah, but do you think people are going to want to stay for 20 years, though? And do you know what I'm saying, Jay? Do you think they might want to go somewhere else then? They might think, you know what, it's better for me to go to this country.
I mean, that argument is redundant from the basics of, like, everyone wants to come to the UK. So, I mean, regardless of how good you're going to get in the UK, it's better than what you are in now. So that won't stop people from wanting to come over. And
you got to remember as well.
If they got
go on, Jay, go on.
So if they got an immigration thing like that, that's 20 years as well, yeah, they've probably got certain processes that if people come and apply for it, that they get certain, you know, they have to have living conditions. They've got to be able to survive and work for themselves. And, you know, they might be limited in the money that they're getting or limited in the work that they're getting, but they're still going to be getting, like, basically everything that we're complaining about now. Like, we don't have enough welfare. We don't have enough public service money. We don't have enough of this, but we're going to have these people in and we're going to guarantee them in 20 years time that
how you doing, bro?
they're going to be here. And then you got to look at the other thing that's going to invalidate that argument. How many people come over here, yeah, and their visa's finished and then they stay over here regardless? Like, all of that stuff doesn't really matter. People are still going to want to come over here because of our system, and our system's always going to support people that come over to the country regardless. So it's not going to cause or anything that's going to be positive in the future. If anything, when it starts working, there's going to be a lot of other people around the world that are going to think, oh, wow, they got a scheme there. You stay there for 20 years, you can have kids and all the rest of it. The legal system will look after you, the benefit system. And people might want to come over here even more now because there's an actual scheme where we're going to look after them after 20 years. So I think it's a really, like, not positive for the forward movement. And within 4 years, it's not going to help them whatsoever. I mean, Nigel, the reform person who got done for Russia, that's going to help them more than any of that, whatever that woman's name's doing right now. Like, that thing of reform being our enemy of the people now is going to help Labour a lot more because the people are going to think, Labour's trying to expose certain things that we can't see. That's going to help them a lot more than, well, in 20 years' time, this migration thing, I believe anyway.
Unless, see this 20 years thing, there might be more policies coming out. That's just the first thing they're talking about. You get it? So that 20 years thing until permanent residency, there might be more things after that. It might not just be that. Do you get it? Because before they could come for 5 years or something, and then in 10 years they can get it. Do you know what I mean? So there might be other things, other add-ons. Do you know what I mean? This might just be the first thing they do. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but of course, in rebuttal of that argument, of my own argument, I remember I did talk to Jay about it, and we did say, well, how about the ECHR? Let's say that person that wants 20 years permanent residency. Let's say they have a kid with a British citizen. Already they jumped the list, innit? Because they've got family rights now, private right to family, all that stuff. So I can understand that point as well. I mean, we still have the ECHR loophole, basically, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Unless they do more stuff, not just the 20 years thing, there might be other things they might add as well as the months and years go by, innit? So yeah, like B.Dot said, we just have to wait till we see, innit?
Yeah, we're just gonna see if it works. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. And not only that, yeah, just to add to them things as well. Yeah, you gotta remember as well, like, they go to other countries don't just make it look unattractive, they make it unattractive. You know what I mean? They're there, they think, yeah, I'll be fine here. And within about, a couple weeks, maybe a month, they're like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I can't do it here. Like, you know what I mean? Where the UK, they're still, come on now, Shabana Mahmood's doing all of this, but she's still saying, yeah, boom, I'll give you £100, I'll give you £100 extra a week. You know what I mean? So you get £150 a week, and we'll pay you to leave. You see what I'm saying? They're still getting nice. You know, they'll come over and they'll get all this stuff. To them, UK is the golden ticket, no matter what happens. Their final destination, their main destination will be the UK. Yeah, the UK need to make it unattractive, not make it look unattractive. Because that's what they're doing. They're making it look unattractive. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the rest of them have made it a turd. They've made their country a turd for them. You know what I mean? We've made it look like a turd. But as soon as they go and look deeper, yeah, that turd's not a turd, it's chocolate, bruv.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. I think that, like I said, then they're going to need to add more stuff, not just the 20-year thing. They have to, like you said, make it not a country like the land of gold, innit, I guess.
Yeah, man. As I said, don't make it look unattractive. Make it unattractive. Like, you know what I mean? Make it feel unattractive to them. Make them sit there and go, I don't want to be here. Other countries are making them sit there and go, I don't want to be here. And they're trying to find somewhere else to go. They get to Britain, they're not going nowhere, bruv.
I think the discrepancy is this. Britain is a multicultural country, and it always has been. All the other countries haven't been. They've only more recently, in the last 10, 20 years, had an influx of different nations, communities going in the country. UK has obviously, from back in the day, from war times and that, we've been importing cultures consistently. So it's hard. I mean, I can see it's easier for somewhere like Spain or France or any of these other countries, because even when I was doing the research, the statement of Britain was racist after the 50s and after the war and that, and all these people. Well, most of Europe was the same way. They were all racist, and a lot of Europe hasn't come out of that. A lot of certain countries are still going to be looking at you certain ways, looking you up and down in that, because you're not the same colour. So I think where the UK has always had it, it's going to be much harder for us to do that. Where, you get France, they could do that. I mean, we've seen Poland and Hungary do it. We started seeing Italy do it, like these countries. But I think, just like America, it just kind of, it look wrong for UK to not do it, to do that. I mean, because we're multicultural, we have to kind of carry on that, not carry on, but we've got to kind of oblige that, you get me? That kind of thing. So it'd be hard to make it look not great here.
Yeah.
With the king of human rights as well here.
Oh, fucking hell, mate.
That's what I'm saying, bruv. Like, we're the king of this, we want to be the leaders of this. But bruv, like, how can we be the king of anything, and how can we be the leaders of anything when we're still following people?
Yeah.
Starmer still follows everyone. How are we a leader in anything when that man follows everyone? Makes no sense.
Oh,
you can't be a leader if you follow.
So UK had a long residency policy. Yeah, these are for migrants, legal migrants. Yeah, if you're here 10 years, you can get basically indefinite leave to remain in it. You can be a lawful resident in the country.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, 10 years.
But this new rule,
25.
This new rule, yeah, is a 20-year rule, which is brand new, and it only applies to illegal immigrants. Oh, that's right. Oh, very, very suspect there. Yeah, okay. So this is 20-year rule mentioned. It comes from different part of the immigration rules. It is often discussed in relation to undocumented immigrants. 20 years in residence. So basically, like, if you come here legally, you only have to do half the time and you can get the residency. But if you want the residency and you're not legal, you can still get it. You just got to spend 20 years here. I mean, I'll tell you how backwards that is. You're going to have a lot of legal migration that's going to come over, and they're going to have a lot of illegal relatives that are going to come over. And they're going to be living on the same thing. And then they're going to be there for another 10 years. You get the same thing that first got. So, you know what? This thing is very, like, precipitated. And just like I was chatting in the other space yesterday, the day before yesterday, let's not do the 2 cap on the child benefits thing, yeah? Again, for me, that was very precipitated. Like, who's having the kids? Who's the culture that's having the kids? It's the Muslims that's having the kids. They're the ones that got the most kids. They're the ones that grow the biggest communities. So it's like, it's not like you're doing it because there's, everyone in the UK need it. It's only because it's specific to benefit your cause. Just like this 20-year rule, to benefit your cause. And I wouldn't be surprised if that comes down. I mean, if it came down to 10 years, that would really take the piss, because the guys who come here legally who wait 10 years, they ain't gonna have the incentive not to come here legally no more, because they don't have to worry about it if they're still gonna get it for 10 years anyway. So I think it's very slippery slope doing that directly, especially for illegal immigration, man.
Yeah, for real. No, I hear you, man. That's fucking. I don't know what to say about it, bro, because it's just diabolical. No matter what we say, they'll say they're doing something, and then on the flip side of it, we see that something else completely different is happening. Just like, for example, and it might be the silliest example, you know what I mean, when she's there shouting and raising her hands, and everyone's screaming with her that we got rid of 113 people, you know what I mean, we sent them back, we got them out of the UK, but yet, like, literally the same week, 8,000 arrived.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit, this 1 in, 1 out as well. Everything, well, it's all, you know what it'd be better for them to do? Instead of saying 20 years, yeah, and then you become a legal citizen, yeah, what they should say is that if you spend 20 years in prison, in a UK prison, or a UK, like, detention centre for 20 years, yeah, and we can see that you are very integrated into society, you know, you check all the boxes and that. Like, when you get up, there's breakfast at certain times, you know, you can leave to go to work at certain times, and you got click in, click out, you got to be well on point for 20 years. Then then I would say, okay, that's fine. That makes more sense. Like, yeah. But, you know, it's like, there isn't no policies for illegal immigration. So illegal migrants don't know if it's good or not to come here. But now, there's policy. Oh, if you get in the country illegally and you're here for 20 years, you've got an actual place here. So it's a big incentive. This is the problem. If it was, like I said, because it's for illegal immigration, it's a big incentive for people to come over here and ride the country for 20 years until they get legal citizenship. And at that point, they can get legally processed in courts and all the rest of it. But before that, it's always going to be a bit iffy and offy. It's going to be the grey area. So I think it's definitely terrible. Now, I've read that. I reckon it's absolutely terrible.
Man. Joey, any more thoughts, bro?
I can see where Jay's coming from. But at the same time, I do feel that if we're talking about the Labour Party itself, in order to garner more votes, they're going to have to make decisions that go against their values. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, not values. I'll call it their ideology. It's not value. But they're going to have to do stuff that's against the ideology, and they see what happened with the Conservatives. You know what I mean? They tried to do it. They kept going back and forth. They didn't know what they were doing. And for them 14 years, they just let uncontrolled migration go out of control. I think they've learned, they might learn their lesson, or I'm not even going to say might, they probably have learned a lesson, and they're going to have to do such stuff that are different to get more votes, do you know what I mean? Because they're losing, innit? So it might be desperate measures for them, do you know what I mean?
No, for real.
Conservative for 14 years?
Yeah, Conservative, like their last tenure in government was 14 years. Yeah.
That's long, bruv. What happened there? Someone was cheating the figures or something, nah?
It's not even like, so obviously like I'll say it now, yeah, there's a particular company out there that they basically specialize in fucking shit up. Yeah, like apparently they were connected to Trump's both campaign runs. Yeah, like they're a company called Cambridge Analytica. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Yes, I have heard. I don't know too much about it, but I have heard of it still.
Yeah, bruv, they are known for fucking shit up, bruv.
Yes.
They will start flooding the internet, flooding the TVs. They flood everything with whatever they need to make sure their client gets what they want. You know what I mean? Like, they are very good at what they do. You see what I'm saying? And so, you never know. Maybe there's a possibility that, that they might be involved, you know what I mean, when it came to David Cameron and Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak and Theresa May and Liz Truss. Like, you see what I'm saying? All of these ones, right? You know what I mean? Also though, I think that where at that time during their tenure, I just think the Conservatives were just a little bit too powerful. Like there was just nothing other parties could do. Because they always seemed to do something that genuinely appeased people. That appeased the right people that's going to vote for them. Because obviously they didn't appease to everyone, but they appeased to the right people for them to be kept in. Yeah, and as long as them people were voting Conservative, they were going to stay in. You know what I mean? So I don't think there was any other party that could try and do anything. There was no party that could do anything at the time.
So Labour was in before them, then?
Labour was in before. I think that was the Tony Blair era, right?
Gordon Brown. It was Gordon Brown.
Oh, was it the Gordon Brown era?
Yeah,
so
Gordon Brown.
What did Gordon Brown do so bad that gave fucking Conservatives so much?
Gordon, I can't remember. I think he done. Oh, what did he put in place? He put something in place that ended his tenure real quick.
He sold the gold or something like that. He made a miscalculation.
No, it wasn't just that. He done something that actually hurt the public.
Oh, shit.
But the gold thing was a bit of a rubbish thing he did as well.
Yeah. No. I remember the gold thing. He done quite a few things wrong. Like, let's put it this way. You see, they call Starmer like the most unpopular sort of prime minister at the moment, right? Yeah. There's only one prime minister out there, that is that low. You know what I mean? He has beat Gordon Brown is classed as the most unpopular prime minister of all time, and Keir Starmer is lower than that at the moment.
So what was Gordon Brown's agenda then? Like, he got into power
his agenda was a peace. I don't care what anyone says. I don't think people realised it, but he's doing what Starmer's doing right now. He appeased globalists. He appeased all the rich people. He appeased all them people that you see Starmer appeasing right now.
Oh.
I think
he didn't go out the country as much as Starmer's doing. He done a lot of it from home.
So I'll tell you one thing that's been exposed as well. That's going to stop Labour from getting in probably ever again.
Go on.
Everyone's talking about how they're part of the Fabian Society. And that,
mate.
You know about the Fabian Society?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Labour, most of Labour's members are in it.
Yeah.
So I think when people clock on to about this Fabian Society, how they run, what their basic ideology is, I think people want to go even sniff near Labour, man.
For real. I'll make you right there. I genuinely think anyway, just like they're only lasting one term, they're gone in the next few years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. But just like we say, innit, when me and Live Lounge go backwards and forwards about the illegal immigrants on the boat, there's only a small number of them, you know, why are you complaining for? Doesn't matter about, you know, they've only got 4 years. What damage are they going to cause? Like, they've really caused, you know how much damage they've caused in 1 year? Fucking hell, mate. Like, you might as well give them a JCB blood and then let them go on a rampage.
Crazy. But, just quickly, I know, Joey, you said that, plenty of Realm talks today. Any more Realm talk for us?
Yeah, just one more if that's okay.
Yeah, man.
This Steve Bannon guy is an interesting guy.
Oh, Steve Bannon. I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Bruv, I saw a video, and you know, with all these Epstein files being released, there's been a lot of correspondence regarding Steve Bannon and Epstein. Yeah. And Steve Bannon, I think, and Epstein were helping each other. Like, I think I mentioned this.
They were.
A while.
I saw part of the interview.
Yeah, like I mentioned quite a while back, we spoke about this, how before Epstein died, obviously, like, Steve Bannon was trying to do a PR image for Epstein, so to clean up his image. And he had like 15 hours of footage with Epstein. And also, we've learned now through the emails that not only was it Steve Bannon helping Epstein, but Epstein was helping Steve Bannon even after his conviction. So Steve Bannon apparently was receiving expertise from Epstein about strategies and things like this, which is weird. And then And then what we've learned now as well, that I watched the video and Steve Bannon was helping Nigel Farage before the Brexit deal.
Yeah.
So I found that weird that Steve Bannon is helping Farage and then Epstein's helping Bannon. And I'm just wondering about not indirect links, not direct links, indirect links between Farage and Epstein through Steve Bannon. Because Steve Bannon looks like he's pulling strings and then Jeffrey's pulling his strings. It's just all looking a bit mad. The connections and yeah.
Well, one thing I know I have heard, I'm not saying I don't know how true it is I do know that they have conversed. Farage and, well, I'm not saying I know, but from what I've heard, Farage and Epstein have conversed before. They have met before. You know what I mean?
Wow. Nice.
Whether anything happened during that meeting, I don't know. You know what I mean? But that's what I've heard, and that's what I've read, that they have met and conversed before. You know what I mean? And they seem to be, as I think the word was, quite jolly. So, you know what I mean? Already, to me, using the word like jolly, that's a red flag. You know, that's a blatant red flag already.
I mean, right? we got to kind of remember like who Jeffrey Epstein was, man. I mean, this obviously sexual deviance he got. What he done is obviously terrible and it's part of him, but
you got to remember as well. That's
not who he was he? He was a top man for money, innit? He was a man.
Yeah, he was a financial advisor.
So obviously all these top people are going to go and have meetings with him. He's a financial advisor and he's a top financial advisor. So all the top boys are always it's obviously that you're going to go have meetings with them. So, I mean,
he's very manipulative, isn't it? Because they end up being shady motherfuckers after.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You have a meeting, but if you're going there on visits, then it's completely different. If you're having like a 2-hour meeting and it's done and you're on a plane and it's all recorded, our man was there for 2 hours, there was a meeting going on there, and there was nothing, then that's easy. But if you're going over there for when they're having parties and all the rest of it, then it makes sense that, you know, there could be some dodgy stuff. But again,
well, we'll find out if Farage's name is involved.
For me, again, fuck the actual Farage blood. I hope he has done something and he does get caught and they fucking tick him. So I don't like this dude, bro. Every time I see his face, blood, I think, you know what? I do not like Starmer's face here, but every time I see Nigel Farage's face, I think, you look like one of them dodgy cunts out of the pub. I'm seeing you. You're one of them brothers that's always trying to do something, trying to wheel your way around stuff. So,
Weasel.
Yeah, Weasel. That's it, blood. Weasel.
You know what I mean?
Also,
do you know?
Relating to the Epstein thing, did you not listen to that thing that I sent over?
Yes, I did, bro. I did.
So
I did see a lot of comments saying that, this is AI, this is fake. You know what I mean? But I'll say this though, if there's any backup copies and someone else can come out and say, yeah, boom, no, I've got this was given to me. And they can prove, like, yeah, boom, this is not AI or anything like that. If that can be proven, because I swear there's things there, you can put that through it and it will tell you how much, if it has been used, how much AI has been used in a percentage.
You know what? Like, you could just stick it through an AI machine. Anyway, it's like Grok or something, to say, yeah, is this real or fake, like, based on the frequencies.
Well, it's Grok that's saying it's fake.
Oh, it's Grok that's saying it's fake?
It's Grok that's saying it's fake. People are saying, I think they've already asked the question to Grok, and Grok's telling them it's fake.
Well, there you go, innit? Like, I have a lot of credibility based in Grok. Like,
yeah, but you got. I will say one thing about Grok though. Yeah, Grok thinks that Elon Musk is greater than Jesus.
Yeah, but that's really subjective from Grok, because obviously that's Elon Musk's baby, isn't it? That's standard. Well, I think with information, generally, I think the Grok is very good at like giving out all the information and more realistic information. So if that's fake, that's fake. I didn't even clock. I just heard it and I just thought, let me put it in the group to see why, bro.
Yeah, no, I heard it and I was like, ooh, if that really is like a genuine dead man switch, like, oh, people are in trouble. Like, well, let's whisper it, yeah, like, Mr. Obama is in trouble. Real big trouble.
Trust me.
Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, the things I was hearing, I was like, yo, really? Oh, like, alright. You know what I mean? Plus we get to see if this little black book's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they made a big thing about that. You know what I mean? A big thing about that. So we get to see if that's real. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One question regarding this, is, did you know, like, I'm just going to add this, like, I saw a post, and it was slightly like a comedy post, but you know them comedy posts that are talking about real stuff? Yeah, so it's one of them. If I find it again, because I think I saved it or liked it, so if I find it again, I'll put it into the group so you lot can see it, right? But it was literally talking about these files being released, and like the man was saying basically it doesn't matter because no one's gonna go to a trial. No one, nothing's gonna happen to anyone. And did you know? I can't remember what state he said, but it was like a major state that everyone goes to. It's a relevant major state right now. I can't remember exactly what off the top of my head. But they're looking and they're close to lowering the age of consent to 14 years old.
Yeah, I heard about that. What state was that in?
I can't remember, but I know it's a state that's like known, if you get what I mean. Like,
yeah. I heard that, man. I heard that still. That's mad.
And that's actually close to happening now. That's basically about to happen.
I think.
Oh, mad timings.
This is what and that was one of the words used in this post. It's all about timing. So like, as I said, even though these files are going to come out, I can guarantee you're going to see a mad scramble all over again. I think you're going to see celebrities fuck off. You're going to see people start fucking dropping from their jobs. You're going to see all of that stuff again. Yeah. But then at the same time, them people there will be the ones that will be scapegoated because they've made themselves known.
Yeah. They're the bottom of the list as well. We know this as well.
They're bottom feeders.
Yeah, basically.
See what I'm saying? Like, the ones that you need to be getting at, nothing's going to happen to them.
Yeah, that's exactly it. This is what I keep saying, man. Like, these people, man, number one, they're not going to release the top boys' names. They didn't want to release the book in the first place because obviously it had their incriminating names in, but they've obviously managed it now, so the top boys ain't really going to get clocked.
I will say, because like in the news segment that I was watching, because it weren't over here. You know what I mean? Like, I know they've talked about it slightly over here. What are you saying, Josh? Yeah, I hope you're good, bruv. I'm gonna invite you in still. I know that, it ain't gonna be over here. They ain't talked about it too much over here. But it was like over there, right? There was an article and apparently it's gonna be like where he's signing it off. There's something in what he's signing that basically states as law, that nothing can be hidden. Nothing. Yeah. And you can't hide it because of embarrassment or anything like, or for political sensitivity or anything like that. There's no reason. Everything has to be opened.
Are you sure there'll be that? Because when I read the Epstein Transparency Act on AI, they said that the only loopholes that is going to be is there might be pending investigations, so that's why some information won't be released straight away after those 30 days.
This is the thing. This is what I saw it on that news segment, and they highlighted it. And if I'm correct, that thing that you just mentioned is what it's in.
What? So after those 30 days from when Trump signed it off, that means that some information is going to be redacted because there's going to be an investigation on it, isn't that?
I don't know, but that's what they're saying. They're saying that nothing can actually be hidden. They have to release all information.
I heard otherwise that some stuff is going to have to be hidden because then there's going to be an investigation after that now.
I'm going to have to find. I'm going to find out.
That's what I heard. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting thing. But another point to back you up though, actually, is that if that's the case, then the people, the girls who've been currently talking, they can actually challenge things now because they know certain information. So let's say some information is hidden, they can then challenge it. And, they've got the ability to do that with their lawyers. Yeah, from what I've heard. Yeah.
So like that's going to definitely be interesting to see. Oh, again, don't get me wrong. There is still a part of me that thinks the way they're going on with this thing right now, and I know it's only in America at the moment. You know what I mean? But the way they're going on with it, they're going to try and make this thing like a global story. Then something political is going to happen.
Yeah,
I still think there's a smoke screen somewhere, or there is a mirror. There is something somewhere, and something's going to happen. Because this is what usually happens. We get these big ass stories, or these big ass events, or these earthquakes, or these mad ass things happening in the world, and behind closed doors, legislations are happening, bills are being put through, certain laws are going through. You know what I mean? It's nuts. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I do think that to an extent that, like, well, I say an extent, there's a part of me that truly believes that this is some sort of distraction.
And you know what's interesting as well, that you've said that, Dotty. You know what else I think the timings have been interesting? Guess who went to America recently to see Trump?
Who?
MBS, Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
that was interesting.
So I was going to talk about that.
They made a massive deal. They made a massive deal.
Yeah, so because he's selling F-35s, which is like their best planes. I think he's selling like 28 of them or something like that to Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia are actually going to be investing into America. It was 600 billion, but then during that TV little interview thing that they had, yeah, he was like, we said 600 billion, but you know what? We're actually going to make that up closer to $1 trillion. Like, you know what I mean? And you see Trump didn't even know he was going to say that. Trump was like, you what? Oh, $1 trillion. Oh, nice, bro. All of a sudden you see him backslapping and all sorts, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? But I did see an article, yeah, like, and I had the article in front of me, but it's gone and I'm fuming about it. Yeah, like, but it was an article and they're saying, yeah, that particular thing that deal that they've done could expose him in some way.
Why would it expose him?
I can't. Let me see if I can quickly find this article again, because this is a mad.
Hey, bro. Mohammed bin Salman, he's the new character in the film now, bro.
He's popped up out of nowhere as well. He's gone, hello, I'm a new character. Like, you see what I'm saying? Jay, what's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I fully agree, man. Like, we know by history that when big things are happening, there's policies that are getting pushed or legislations getting pushed and that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this whole thing with Trump and, not Trump, the Epstein files and that, yeah, it's been a big thing over the last how many years.
God knows how many years.
Everyone wants to see it getting exposed and that. So they know that people got their eyes on this, innit? So they know that at the point of exposure, people ain't going to be looking at anything else except for this. Who's in it? Who's on it? Who's on it? And so I blatantly believe as well, like you, that this is a ploy for them to push their agendas globally, whatever the agenda is right now for them.
Yeah.
Oh, but Dotty, you know what's interesting as well? You know, them jets that have been sold to Saudi Arabia,
the F-35s.
Yeah, and how you said that certain events could happen where this Epstein thing might get swept under for a bit. Do you think, him going to America, Mohammed bin Salman, do you think this all signifies that something can happen in that part of the world? That's why he sold it to him now, and they're planning to do something to you know who.
Well, I will say this, right? Right, considering that they're selling jets to them. Yeah, considering that Saudi is not far from certain other areas, you know what I mean? And you could see this as them trying to protect themselves. Or you could see this as some sort of construction of something. This is like the build-up. Let's make this deal here. Let's make this deal there. We'll sell planes to these guys. We'll sell weapons to these guys. You know what I mean? Not realizing that the people he's selling weapons to are surrounding one particular place.
No, but this place but I think the place I'm talking about is Iran. Because
that, as I said, that could be one of the places, because I believe there could be more than one place. And here's the thing, how do you know that they're not just selling weapons and that, and he's going to step back and and people are not going to go after Israel? How do you know?
That's a madness. I don't know. I don't think that'll happen though.
I don't personally think that they're going to go after Israel. No offense. Netanyahu's wild like that. Like, he's wild like that. He will make you think twice before doing something. But Iran's a shout.
Yeah, because Iran is like although they're Muslim, they're different theocracy as opposed to Saudi Arabia. They're a bit different to them, you know what I mean? And Saudi's the one that's had relations with America for the longest now.
And here's the thing, as we've said and as we've seen, one thing that Trump likes to say is he wants to make America great again. I'm sure $1 trillion is going to help.
For real.
Yes. Bare money, bro. Mad. Them jets, bro. I don't
Listen,
know.
all these deals that he's making here, he's bringing big peas into the country, innit? And the one thing he said is he wants to bring money into the country. These other presidents weren't bringing the money that they should be bringing into the country. They're sticking it in their pockets or they're giving it to here, there and everywhere. I'm not looking to do that. I'm looking to make sure the country gets better. I'm looking out for my country, innit? Yeah, if it has to be treated as a business, I'll treat it as a business. If you want help from us, you're going to have to pay us. But here what? We'll help you. Like, you know what I mean? But make sure you give us them peas, though. Look at Ukraine. He went over to Ukraine. I can help you, but listen, I want half that revenue because we have been giving you peas and we need we need some of that back. You know what I mean? Like, he's making sure that money's going back into the country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Regardless of what happens or what he's selling, he's always trying to bring peas back in. Whether people want to say it's for him or people say it's for the country, but he's bringing peas in. You see what I'm saying?
No, of course, yeah. No, I fully agree. That the way you said it is exactly makes sense. But I was also thinking geopolitically as well, especially with the events that are going with Epstein. This might be the distraction. By giving it to Saudi, they can now have enough weapons to now wage that war with Iran, innit? You know what I'm saying?
But I still think Saudi's going to try and, if that's the case, Saudi might still try and get some allies. He might still want some allies. And I'm not saying America won't be an ally, because America seems to be an ally to everyone. Let's be real. They seem to be an ally to everyone when they need an ally. You know what I mean? The only thing is, Trump's going, pay us to be an ally. Pay us to be an ally. We want that peas, innit? Run it. Run them peas and we'll be good. You see what I'm saying? I'll help you out if I can. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'll tell you now, Zelensky's not getting much help at the moment, is he?
That's because Zelensky's not giving no money. He's just taking.
You see what I'm saying? But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. If you don't mind, we'll get into that now, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay? Is that cool?
Yeah. All good.
Right. So, just quickly. So it says here, Ukraine must do everything to make sure the end of the war does not mean the end of Ukraine. This is what Volodymyr Zelensky said on Friday, admitting that the country is currently undergoing one of the most difficult moments in our history. The pressure on Ukraine is now one of the most severe, he stated, referring to the 28-point plan drafted by the US and Russia. Zelensky said he will fight to ensure at least 2 points are not overlooked in the plan. 1 second. These are the dignity and freedom of Ukrainians, because everything else is based on this. Zelensky emphasized the country may now face a very difficult choice, either loss of dignity or risk of losing a key partner. And I believe that key partner is the US. Yeah, like either 28 difficult points or an extremely harsh winter, the most difficult one yet, and further risks, he said. A life without freedom, without dignity, without justice. And we are expected to trust someone who has attacked us twice already. Yeah, obviously talking about Vladimir Putin, I think. The US and Russia are pressing Kiev with a new draft for ending Moscow's war with Ukraine. The framework, reportedly approved by the US President Donald Trump earlier this week, includes numerous concessions from Ukraine and hardly any from Russia, right? So it says, according to the leaked plan, Russia demands Crimea, Luhansk and Donetsk to be as de facto Russian, including by the United States. So the United States have agreed this. Yeah. It is unclear if Washington agreed to this particular demand as well, because the draft includes Moscow's demands of international recognition of all Ukraine's Donetsk region as territory belonging to the Russian Federation. Russia wants Ukraine to withdraw its forces from Donetsk region and says this withdrawal zone will be considered a neutral demilitarized buffer zone, internationally recognized as territory belonging to Russia. Russian forces will not enter this zone according to the plan. Russia has been trying to occupy all of Donetsk and Luhansk regions, known together as Donbass, since its first invasion of 2014. Until now, Moscow's troops have not fully controlled these areas. The Kremlin would, in return, agree to a ceasefire in the regions of Kherson, and I can't pronounce it properly, I don't want to butcher it. I know it's the that part of Ukraine that starts with Z. Zaporizhzhia, I think, is, or something like that, along the current contract line. Kherson City was the only regional capital Russia managed to briefly occupy in 2022. Ukrainian forces liberated the city 8 months later and pushed Moscow's troops across the Dnipro to the left bank. Since autumn 2022, the contact line has hardly moved. And in the other region, the contact line has not changed much either recently. So Ukraine, together with the EU and previously the US, suggesting freezing the fighting at the current contract line across all of Ukraine's front lines, and only after the ceasefire to have further negotiations. So, firstly, what's your thoughts on this, people? Yeah, and secondly, is this Trump going, well, listen, there's not much I can do. I've basically got what I've needed for the country. This is what you need to do to stop this war. If you're not willing to do this, I don't know what I can do. And then he's going to step back. Could that be a possibility of that happening?
Yeah, I mean, I think Trump hasn't really been optimistic so far, especially in the last several months. I've not heard him say anything optimistic about giving Ukraine anything. I think it more leans towards him suggesting a solution to this conflict, and that's allowing part of Ukraine to belong to Russia and ending the war in general. So, is there anything else you want to add to that? Or
so it's saying they're not the neighbor. Apparently, as well, there's been this worry that he's going to be invading neighboring countries, right? But the plan also includes, it's vague, but there's indications that Moscow will not invade other countries apart from the Ukraine.
Of course, I don't think they want to invade any countries. I mean, the whole reason for them invading Ukraine is because they thought that those missiles were being directed to them, and Ukraine possibly joining the EU and NATO, innit?
Yeah.
So that was
that
was the concern. That was the biggest concern for them. But I don't think they want to take Poland or them places. That belongs to those people. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear it. Because it does say here in it as well that the leaked plan clearly states that Russia wants to be reintegrated into the global economy, with the sanction lifting to be discussed and agreed upon in stages and on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds reasonable so far.
So what does that mean? What that mean? Getting back to maybe for example, G7 meetings and the G7 and G20 and stuff.
Yeah, that's like that. It sounds like that. Yeah, that stage by stage basis. Yeah, that makes absolutely sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I think. But Jay,
I hear that.
What do you think?
Yeah, what are you saying, Jay? What's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I love Joey's take on it, man, to be fair. I agree with all of it. I would say that, there was an agreement made in the first place, and Russia had to do a little bit of protection. I don't think they're looking to take over any other place apart from them Russian-speaking places, and in Ukraine, if anything. But realistically, I just think, Joey said basically hit the nail on the head.
I think sorry guys, just to add on to that as well. I think as well, I mean, I remember several months ago, Trump was suggesting to India not to buy oil from Russia and to buy their oil elsewhere. And I think those suggestions were also being made to other East European nations from England as well. But the problem with that is if they were to get oil from anywhere else, it's going to be more expensive for them. And when you think about their transport as well, to get that oil to their countries, it's going to be expensive as well. So Russia, the way they're located, bruv, it's the best location for India and all these other East European countries to get the oil from. So you can't, it's almost like you're fighting a losing battle. You can't just stop getting resources from Russia. Do you know what I mean? Because Russia's huge and the location is just valuable for them. So I mean, I think Trump has clocked, everyone's clocked this, that you can't just stop buying oil and gas from Russia. Do you know what I mean? And it's time now that this war is not heading to any solution really, because we know that Russia is in the long haul for this conflict.
Yeah.
And Ukrainians just keep dying in their droves, and eventually if they keep dying and the more of them flee for asylum, then other European nations are going to have to provide troops, and I don't think any of the Europeans want to do that for now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like a waste of time now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So,
no, I hear it. I will ask this question though. You know what I mean? And I know it might be a bit of a out there question to ask, but like, I still think there is a part of Trump that's like, if I get this war done, I go into an upper echelon of attention.
Yeah, Nobel Peace Prize or that, yeah.
I don't know why. Not that I think it's rigged or anything, yeah, but I genuinely think he wins it I think he wins next year's one anyway. Because apparently, it was like, I just think because of what he's done, everyone was kind of not happy with the fact that he didn't win it, and the woman from Venezuela won it. Yeah, like they weren't really happy with that. A lot of people weren't really happy with that. Yeah, but there's a lot of people saying, nah, he gets it next year. He's done too much not to get it next year.
I think if the Russia and Ukraine thing ends resolved,
I think it's isn't it, right?
Yeah. I predict the conflict's going to end sometime next year. Or I predict, or 2 years maybe. I don't know. Yeah, because
I have seen that. Yeah. I don't know what war it is, but I have seen that he's now on to trying to solve another war. I can't remember what war it is that I see that he's trying to solve, but he's looking to try and do new peace plans with another war that's going on.
I mean, he's interestingly intervened in the whole Nigeria thing that we know about.
Yeah.
And that Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, she spoke at the UN.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Yeah, found interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to artists that were doing things with when what's her name? Kamala Harris was in office.
Kamala Harris. She had Cardi B come to her thing, innit?
Oh, Cardi B, that was. Okay, yeah.
She had Cardi B come to her thing still.
Yeah, but I was shocked when I saw Nicki Minaj digging up Trump for doing that, exposing what's happening in northern Nigeria.
Apparently, she gave a good account of herself at the UN.
Yeah, she spoke really well. Like, she's very professional and
Well, there you go.
You know what I mean? And so I was like, bro, okay. You know what I mean? I was like, all right then. Still.
When I listen to her tunes, I always think like, this girl must have some proper special needs. Like, how does the brain even work? Then obviously I heard her speak and I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, because she gave a good account of herself, man. I'll be real. She did. You know what I mean? And like, kind of a standing ovation for her, really, when she finished speaking. So she done well. I'll give her that. She done well. But my last question upon this topic, basically, like, as much as I know you said that the conflict will end, but will it genuinely end? Will there be no more like arguments? There's no more beef. There actually is going to be a ceasefire that lasts. You know what I mean? Because for some reason, I don't know. I don't know if it does. I don't know if they might calm it down, but I don't know if it actually fully ends. Especially if Zelensky and Putin are still in power.
You know what's going to be annoying? If Trump says he's no longer supporting it and it's just Europe, that's going to be a pain for us.
It's going to be chaos.
For us, it's going to be a pain.
Yeah.
Pain for us.
Yeah, because you got to remember, we've made that 100-year deal with Ukraine.
Yeah, I remember. Mad.
You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be, scary, isn't it? Yeah, what's your thoughts on that, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, there isn't too much to say. Like, I don't think that, just as if any other war was stopped, there's always going to be groups or certain mentalities people are going to have that, it's going to end up little skirmishes and stuff. I don't think it'll ever stop. And again, with someone like Zelensky in power, he encourages this shit, man. He wants, he always wants to be poking the bear with it, unnecessarily. So I think there will be probably little skirmishes and things, but I think ultimately the main war, as in the hundreds of thousands of people that are dying, that will slow down. which would be good, which is one of the main things.
Okay. All right then. What? So, any more thoughts on this topic, or should we move on to the next?
Yeah, we can move on. I've got nothing else to add.
All right.
It's been good. Oh, Live Lounge is here.
Live Lounge.
Live Lounge. I thought you were in the party, bro. You didn't invite me. I wanted to go.
So yeah, like that's like, to be honest, that was a good conversation. I enjoyed that. But we'll move on to the next. And I'll start it off now. Yes, Live Lounge. How are you, bro? How are you, Live Lounge?
Okay, I'm good.
Wicked.
I'm just traveling to the party. I've just been to the barbers.
Party up, Lala's partying up now.
Man feel good right now.
Yeah, so I'm just I got time because I'll be going through the tunnel, but I'm good. I'm good to listen in and talk. So we're all good.
All right, wicked. Boy, it's wicked to have you out. Thank you for jumping on still, you get me?
Yeah.
But, all right, let me get into this topic now, which you're going to find quite funny. Yeah, because we've talked about this before, and like we said we will wait and see what happens with this particular situation, if they're going to let this happen or not. So plans for a Chinese super embassy are set to be given the green light despite fears over Beijing's spying campaigns. Yeah, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is expected to approve the proposals at the former Royal Mint building, but mitigations will need to be put in place to protect national security, it is understood. Some fear China will be able to use the embassy in the heart of London as a base for its intelligence officers, with particular concern about a series of underground cables nearby linking the city to Westminster. But the Home Office and Foreign Office, which represent MI5 and MI6, will not raise any formal objections to the plans. Keir has been under intense pressure to block the super embassy plans after a series of spy plots were discovered linked to Beijing. Yeah.
Okay.
One sec. Just to finish off, two recruitment firms, Amanda Q and Shirley Shen from BRYR Executive Search and Internship Union, were accused of passing on details about politicians, their staff, policy wonks, economists, and officials to Chinese intelligence officers. Yeah. And a case against two suspended moles, Christopher Cash and Christopher Berry, collapsed after Labour refused to call China a threat. Beijing had warned of consequences if its new UK embassy was not given planning permission. Cash and Berry were accused of passing sensitive intelligence on the inner workings of Parliament to the Chinese Communist Party. This was then handed to a senior member of the Chinese Communist Party and a Politburo member. Deputy National Security Advisor Matthew Collins said a meeting between Mr. Berry and the senior Chinese Communist Party leader in July 2022 was highly unlikely to have happened unless the Chinese state considered him to be someone who could obtain valuable information. What's the thoughts on that, peeps?
It's a thumbs down, boy. For me, thumbs down. Thumbs down, man. I mean, if they can use the balls and just tell them, look, them blanked out rooms, you got to reveal those rooms, what they're used for, then I think it's a fair thing to do. If you're going to get money out of it for the country, then yeah, you've got to just be transparent. Tell them you've got to be transparent with what you're doing in the interiors. And that's about it, really. Do you know what I mean?
But didn't MI5 actually say that they objected because they have serious concerns about a high level Chinese basically threat?
Don't know.
They've objected to it already, even though they're saying there'll be no objections. Like they've already objected to it, though, right?
I don't know. What did MI5 say that?
Because I remember we spoke, when we first spoke about this, MI5, there was a part of that article that was saying MI5 basically objected to it, saying that there's a high level that Charlie could be doing something nefarious.
Well, when did we ever listen to MI5 recently?
Huh?
When did we ever listen to MI5 recently?
Or MI6.
Yeah.
It's mad. It's mad though, like, because you see all the like what they're saying. Oh, listen, this is dangerous. We really shouldn't be letting them do that. I don't think we should be letting them do that. Starmer's come along now and just basically said, yeah, I think I'm going to give that the green light. And what would be the consequences? They said there'd be consequences if they don't get the chance to do this. What's the consequences then?
What do you mean? What the consequences of building it?
They said, like, the Chinese said there will be consequences if this does not get passed through so they can build the super embassy.
No, that's a threat.
Yeah, it is a threat. Of course it's a threat. 100% a threat.
No.
100%. Where is it? I swear I read it in this article as well, just a second ago. 1 second, I'll look for it and find it. Literally just read it. Where are you? There it is. Beijing had warned of consequences if its new UK embassy was not given planning permission. That's a threat, right?
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Live Lounge. Live Lounge.
Yeah. Jay, Live Lounge?
I mean, I believe that this is something that is going to happen. It's just whether the size of the new development is going to be given the green light.
Mm-hmm.
Bearing in mind that China already has an embassy, and it's quite a sizable embassy.
Yeah.
So all they're saying is that we would like to put in to develop a new embassy, and it is bigger. Now, for them to say, if you don't allow something like this to happen, this is all through negotiation, then we're going to be upset that you have no reason to not allow it, but you would really want to fight against us, because it doesn't really mean that they have the ability to intercept or spy on us any more than a smaller embassy would. Because what equipment do they need to spy? The size of the actual building doesn't give them any more or less powers to spy. They are a hostile power, and they are going to do this kind of spying espionage anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So why not allow them if there is going to be some other consequences, such as, I'm talking about positive consequences, such as if we, this is where you do a deal. If we allow you to do this, we want these trade deals in place with these favourable tariffs. We want this to happen, that to happen. If we allow that, that's how you use leverage. Because for the same reason, if the Americans, such as Trump, because you know everything revolves around him, if he decides that he wants a super embassy as well, he 100% guarantee you will use leverage on his tariffs, just like he did like we think he's going to do with the BBC or whatever, his lawsuit.
What leverage does China have over the UK?
Pardon?
Do we know what leverage China has over the UK?
No, but they have upcoming leverage, which is we would like to do more business with you.
Yeah.
We would like to do things with favourable tariffs that will create multi-millions and billions for your country if you allow us to do it. This is what Trump would do.
Okay.
So, as I said, they already have an embassy. They just want another one, they close that one down and build a slightly bigger one, or a bigger one. I don't know if it's slightly bigger. I'm not sure the dimensions.
No, it's the old Royal Mint building. It's massive. It's massive, bruv. They call it. They say a super embassy. It's not a super embassy. It's a mega embassy, bro.
Okay, so there has to be. They're not going to do it unless there's a reason why they should do it. So I think it's a great opportunity to get more money, to get activity out of China, which is going to create more money for the country. When we have these deals in place, which are going to be beneficial to the country, we would then say, yes, that goes in the kitty. Well done, Keir Starmer and his crew. Let's spend that money wisely. You know what I mean? This is my thoughts on it.
Okay, personally for me, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't personally think they need a building that big, but I hear you though. But yeah, Jay, what's your thoughts, bro?
So first of all, this is more infiltration of communism into the UK, which I keep mentioning. We've come away from democracy, America, because they pressure us into doing stuff, and we've gone over to the communism of China, making deals with them, and like you said in your thing, they basically threatened us to do it. Now we have already understood the basic fact that countries have embassies in each other's countries, and that's straightforward. And if China wanted a straightforward embassy in the country, then that would be fine, and they have got one already, just like most other countries that we trade with. But what we did have an issue was with, it was, number one, it was really big. Where it was located close to certain fiber wires. The other thing that we had a big issue with is with the redacted rooms.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Just going through this, I just asked Rock, what are the problems with the, super embassy being put into the UK? So it's given me 5 points. And the first point obviously is national security and espionage risk. What we've obviously discussed and what everyone kind of agrees with, that we've seen it already happen in the past. What's it to say that it's not going to happen again? They don't make sense to say
on a bigger scale.
On a bigger scale. So the site proximity to critical infrastructure raises fears of intelligent gathering and sabotage. There's these major data centers, British Telecom Exchange, and sensitive fiber optic cables, potentially enabling signal intelligence interceptions and cyber attacks. Could house hundreds of staff providing cover for spies. MI5 has warned daily threats of Chinese state actors. Redacted security rooms in plans fuel suspicion of detention facilities for dissidents. US lawmakers, House Foreign Affairs committees urge the UK to block it, calling it a security threat to Five Eyes allies. Second, human rights and political repossessions. Fears it could extend Beijing's reach to suppress critics in the UK.
Keep talking, guys, if you want to.
Pro-democracy activists, especially Hong Kong exiles, worry about harassment, surveillance or abduction of Chinese nationals abroad. Alliance with broader CCP tactics, including bounties on UK-based dissidents and infiltration of universities and elections. Third, local impact. Disruptions to daily life in a historic densely populated area. Increased traffic from 500 plus staff and visitors at Tower Bridge. Safety risks and strain on public services in Tower Hamlets. Loss of access to ruins of the medieval abbey and cultural site. Diplomatic and political backlash. Strained UK-China relations amid escalated tensions. China threatened consequences if rejected. Now, anyone who says someone's threatened me to do something is not a bad thing, then people have lost their fucking marbles, mate. If one country has said to another country, if you don't fucking do this, this is what's gonna fucking happen, there's gonna be consequences. That's mad. That is crazy. Anyway, including trade retaliation. Critics accuse Starmer of a secret deal to approve it in exchange for economic ties, and in 2026 visits to Beijing. Tories and Reform UK call it treasonous, likening it to a collapsed Chinese spy trial. MI6 had called it a real problem despite manageability. And lastly, transparency and planning flaws. Opaque process endorsed public trust. Repeated delays from September to December due to incomplete plans. China refused to provide unredacted layouts, citing security, even seen as invasive. Campaigners launched petitions, with thousands of signatures opposing it. So those 5 points we've discussed already in this one, and we've discussed it before. And that likelihood of someone who's threatened us to do something for them not to come in our country and then do stuff in our country. I think that is quite naive to think that would be the case. So in hindsight, I would say that Keir Starmer, obviously, we've already talked, well, I've already talked about him basically bending the knee to communism and bringing in this whole social digital system to control it. And China, making digital China and getting, bending the knee on China, especially when they threaten you. And the thing is, we've kind of blocked it. All they had to do was kind of show rooms. It could have been lies. Like, they could have shown us lies. But instead of doing anything like, hiding around the corner or doing something, all they did was like, fuck it, these guys are fucking little pieces of shit. I'm gonna tell them, if they don't do it, there's gonna be fucking consequences. Now you're buying weed off us here. You better watch out how much we're gonna sell you the weed for, innit? It's like, they're mad blood. And so there's no outlook where this could be anything positive for the country. It will be another placement for destroying what we have on the country now and replacing it with this whole new system of, controlling online safety and all this kind of bullshit.
Can I come back on that one? I think it's ludicrous and hypocritical to say that it's allowing the growth of communism in this country, for the simple reason that if we allowed someone like the Saudi Arabian embassy to have an embassy, a bigger embassy, to say that it's allowing Islam to be more in this country. It's not, because it's not anything to do with the culture or the ideology of the country that's having the embassy, because it doesn't affect the country in any way, shape or form. It's allowing them to do what they do because they have their own sovereignty within the confines of their embassy. Trump would do exactly the same. He would use the fact that he wants his way and use leverage to do that, which he's already done. And he's already done it he's doing it as we speak with Ukraine, saying that if you don't do this, then we're not going to help you anymore with the war, blah, blah, blah. This is what he's suggesting. If you don't sign the peace deal, then he will do this. It's straight out of his playbook. So we can't say it's bad when someone else does something similar. But goody two-shoes, Mr. Trump, who is undercover gangster, is doing exactly the same thing. But these people who we believe may not be supportive of the West, but there are many other countries who are not supportive of the West who have embassies. So we can't say, oh, if you're not,
trying to have an embassy in that
of
country.
the state, you can't have an embassy of that size.
Terrible comparison.
I think it's not even about if Saudi Arabia would make a mega embassy. It's more about in light of the spying scandals that have been going on surrounding China when they tried to infiltrate parliament with them two parliamentary, one of them was a parliamentary researcher, and I forgot the other person, but I think it's more in light of what's been going on there. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even think if, for example, if there was a Saudi Arabian mega embassy to be built, I don't think they would have an issue with it because we've not had any scandals involving the Saudi Arabians sending spies over to here.
Where the
so I think it's more about
worried about China.
Yeah, so I think it's more of a national security threat involving China specifically, I think.
Just on that point, I'm just quickly rebuttal a little macro point that he said. Like, I think that's a very late comparison about Trump going into a country and saying if you don't stop the war, this is going to happen. Because there's war going on in that country, there needs to be some negotiation, someone needs to step in as a father figure and put their foot down. But there's no war going on in the UK. Like, we haven't got an issue. We haven't got no war going on with China. In fact, we've got trade deals going on with China. There ain't no issues with China. Like, there is no issues in the country. So for them to come and threaten us to put an embassy in our country, a super embassy,
not an embassy. They've already got one. They want a mega embassy.
That is an extremely lazy comparison. Yeah, there's one that's showing extreme dictatorship, and there's one that's showing, well, there needs to be some negotiation somewhere. I can get some money out of this. Let me get involved as well and help the whole situation. Completely different.
So just quickly, sorry to interject people, just quickly, firstly, Josh, I'm just going to ask you, firstly, how are you? And secondly, do you believe Trump would let something like this happen, like China or another country building a mega embassy in the country, and the planning permissions already there was problems with planning permission where there was blacked out rooms and they wanted to know what them rooms were and they didn't really want to tell them what the rooms were, and then they come out and threaten you, by saying if we don't get planning permission there will be consequences. Do you believe Trump will go for that and say, oh, okay, we'll let you build it here?
Brother, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. My wife was talking to me. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. Could you repeat what you said, quickly?
Sorry. So, so basically what I said, is do you believe Trump would, so at the present moment, Keir Starmer is about to allow China to build a mega embassy in where the old Mint building used to be. Yeah. So in London, right? And there's been MI5 maybe saying they're heavily concerned about China being in a country like that. Like, obviously, espionage concerns, all these different spying concerns, all the scandals that's been happening with China over here. Yeah. And my question to you would be, do you think, Trump would sit there while China told them, listen, we want this done. Trump's asking them, what are these blacked out rooms for though? And they don't want to tell him. And then afterwards, they basically threaten him by saying, if we don't get planning permission, then there's going to be consequences. Would Trump then go, oh, okay, then let's give you the green light to build a building?
Oh, fuck no.
I think it's crazy.
I don't mean to give you a simplistic answer, but that's the truth, dude. Just the way he operates.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he had... Dude, our intel agencies are pretty solid, and we pride ourselves in America, how good they are. And I'm pretty sure he knows some shit, No,
of course. I hear that. I just think, I know that, and I'm sure Trump's not the only one. I'm sure there's other countries that'll be like, well, you ain't building that building here if you're not going to let us know everything that needs to be done about that building. You know what I mean? You've got blacked out rooms there. We want to know what you want to do in them rooms. You know what I mean? And if you're not saying nothing, then we can't give you planning permission. But then they threaten you and you go, oh, actually, okay then. Plus you've had all the scandals where they've actually said China is not a threat, but they've kind of shown they are a threat.
Hey, what I like about this group is that, I don't watch a lot of the mainstream media, and all the time, you guys have really good discussions and topics here, man. You make me, I always got to go and Google and take notes and shit, and see current events and shit.
Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. we try, you know, we actually try. But no, that's much appreciated. Thank you for them words, bro. Serious. That means a lot. That means we're doing our job. We're doing the right thing. People are actually going out going, you know what? Let me go look at that. That's kind of what we would like people to do. Just go and look at stuff, make your own sort of like, make your own questions, your own decisions, make your own opinion on things, innit? We're just giving you what it is right now and our opinion, and you can go and form your own. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and your perspectives are all unique, man. And like, I learn a lot of shit from you guys politically.
No, thank you very much for that, man. Serious. Thank you for that. That means a lot, bro. You know what I mean? Like levels for that. But, yeah, as I was saying, just quickly, just to finish off, as I was saying, that I believe there's other countries there's no way they'll be letting this happen. You know what I mean? And I feel like it just shows how weak of a leader Starmer is. Again, like, this is something I think he should be fighting. I think he should be sitting there going, nah, you can't have planning permission until you actually be transparent with us. You know what I mean? They're basically saying we're not going to be transparent and we'll threaten you if you're not looking to do it. And he's gone, okay, I feel like I'm backed into a corner, but I can't attack no one, so I'm going to just let them do it. Like, that feels like bullying, bruv.
Yep, it does.
That feels like bullying, man. And that's crazy to me. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that it looks a bit like bullying in that sense?
Yeah, I was going to say it's like narcissism. You know what I'm saying? Narcissistic.
Yeah, man. It's crazy to me, man. It's seriously, honestly crazy to me. Like, it makes no sense to me how I'm still a bit like shocked and confused on how there was all these concerns. He's heard all these concerns and still gone, oh yeah, let him do it. I understand what Live Lounge is saying, where they're making deals and they don't want to kind of like fuck up those deals, so they might. This is just what I'm taking from it in a sense, yeah, like that they're maybe looking to appease China in a sense, so they can make sure that whatever deal they want is cemented. But I just feel like you're giving over power to them. I just feel like, well, you make the deal, but we're going to do what we want now, and you don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with Live Lounge in terms of the benefits it'll bring to us in our trading relationship with China, but at the same time, it's just in light of all the spying scandals that have happened there involving China and the transparency in regards to the embassy inside, we can't gamble this, do you know what I mean? We have to look at this through wise eyes, do you know what I mean, and discretion, do you know what I mean, and safeguard our national security, do you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear it, man. I hear it, definitely. Yeah, Jay, any more thoughts, bro?
I mean, again, my thoughts are like, it will lead to worse movement. So there will be more threats to have things happening, maybe policies pushed. Yeah. I mean, we already clocked that they've said that, you know, what was it? Let me find it again. In the government, they, what is it? Dissonant. They keep that's what one of the rooms are about, apparently. Okay. But yeah, and it's just like it's very feels like, well, this guy has come into my house and I fed him food and that, and we've made some deals and that, and now he's left, and then he's come back and threatened me. Well, I want part of your house now, innit? Like, if you don't let me have it, then, you know, there's going to be consequences. Now, for me, I think like, well, there's never going to be anything else other than that. He's going to come and say, well, okay, now I've got this in your house. I want all these policies to be pushed around where this is part of my bit of the house. And so then they have to get pushed, and people who are in the local area are going to be first affected by it, and then it's going to spread out. And I don't see anything where, you know, the ultimate side of it of we're making trade deals with China that might benefit or will benefit us. I don't think that's worth it in where this is going to go. I think we talk about we're part of Europe and we want to make more stronger deals with Europe. Why don't we do that instead of going to China making these deals? No one in Europe is asking for a super embassy. No one else in Europe, even the EU and NATO, who hate us because of Brexit, or not NATO, EU, they don't even say, oh, we want something in your country. It's only people who are looking to impose, yeah, and China looking to impose. I mean, UK is basically up for grabs. Everyone wants a piece of it, man. It's just, we're so weak right now. There's nothing we can do, really. We just have to say, yes, we need to have more money and more deals. Yes, BlackRock, I'll take that deal. Yes, flipping, I'll take that deal. Yes, China, I'll take that deal. And it's like, well, these deals, one in, one out, we're paying for it. Why is it every deal that we try to do, we're the ones that end up paying for it? Yeah, so I think in the end, with this whole thing, if we say, yeah, okay, cool, we're getting this embassy in, and that happens, we're gonna have issues. MI5, MI6 already have issues with it. They already said that it's high risks. We know that we've seen in the past where espionage has happened from these people, but yet we're still going to let it happen. So I believe we are going to see in a few years certain policies come through. I mean, I already checked
that are basically soft towards like the Chinese, basically.
Yeah, of course. And I'll put into Grok, like, have UK got any, recently had any kind of soft, communism policies? And obviously you said the term soft communism isn't, an official term, but it showed me like 5 things that basically the UK system has slowly started turning into like what the communist system is right now. So I don't see it as being something which is very unrealistic. And like I said, man, our leader has shown us, man, he's not a leader, man. He's not a leader of the country, the flag anymore, man. He's just a bum boy, a rent boy. He's a rent boy, man.
Just like Rachel Reese is a yes woman, like I said earlier in the group.
Trust me.
Yes woman, blood. But as it's been said already, brother, I'd like just quickly talking on Rachel Reese. It don't look like she's going anywhere anytime soon, man. She's got a bit of backing now.
Yeah, man. Since she cried, man, they all got on to her and thought, you know what, we got to get
Yeah, they all started backing it a piece, like, you know what I mean? So like, she's like, I'm safe for a bit. Like,
she's looking a bit more on job now.
Yeah. Let me go and fuck up some more shit now. Like, you see what I'm saying? Well, we're about to see what she's gonna fuck up on the budget.
She's gonna go hard, fam. I swear down. We got a second chance.
I don't look like, again, we don't know what she's gonna say. We don't know what's actually gonna be scrapped, what's not gonna be scrapped, and all them sort of things there. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And the good thing is, if I'm correct, we actually have a space on the same day. So that's going to be fresh. You know what I mean? Fresh and trending.
Great. Just ready to learn some Chinese, boys.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Start getting your Chinese workbooks out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sweet and sour chicken won't play no more.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Just let's move on to the last topic of the evening. You know what I mean? And it's to do with Keir Starmer again, but it's more to do with Keir Starmer and the Labour Party. And in the thing, I basically asked a question in the title of the space, basically. But I'll just start. So Keir Starmer has dismissed talk of leadership challenges as wasted time. Yeah, as a second Labour MP publicly backed a change of leadership. The Prime Minister evaded a question on a potential future bid to unseat him by Andy Burnham and instead praised his work as the Mayor of Greater Manchester. Right? 1 second. Here we go. Last week's extraordinary Labour briefing war over suggestions Health Secretary Wes Streeting was plotting to mount a coup focused fresh attention on Sir Keir's position. It was reported that the attacks on Mr. Streeting were a ploy to warn off potential leadership contenders, although Sir Keir said he was assured they did not emanate from Number 10. asked whether the briefing was helpful and what his message would be to allies considering making similar moves. The Labour leader told reporters travelling with him to the G20 summit in South Africa. Did you see in South Africa he tripped over and he bust his head?
No.
Yeah. There was a video going around, and literally the Labour Party is actually asking people to stop putting it out there. Yeah, man was walking towards the handshake as he bust his head. He tripped over and bust his head. Little idiot.
How you gonna make a video, man?
I'm gonna watch. I'll find it and send it. Watch. Yeah, like, cause I swear I've got it on the page still. But he says, my message would be very much that every minute that we are not talking about the cost of living and straining every sinew to ensure that those that need our help in relation to the cost of living and feeling better off and having a better health service and feeling safer and more secure in their community is a minute wasted. And that's what Keir Starmer said, right? Mr. Burnham on Thursday repeatedly refused to rule out challenging Sir Keir for the leadership of the Labour Party, saying he was not in a position to rule out such a move. And also, I did see an article, where there's a particular politician, and I don't know what this particularly means, but he was willing to leave his seat so Andy Burnham can go in place and go against Keir Starmer.
Oh, wow.
Like, you see what I'm saying?
That's a move.
So, like,
That's a move.
So, and then just lastly, Sir Keir faced further calls to quit on Friday, with a second Labour MP joining Mr. Lewis in backing a change of leadership. In an interview with former Labour candidate Ali Milani, Nottingham East MP Nadia Whittam said, "I think there does need to be a new leader. Even if Keir Starmer had a radical change of direction, I don't think people would believe in him. And I don't think people around him would allow that to happen."
Oh, yeah, I remember about that Nottingham MPs or councillors, one of the boroughs there.
Yeah.
They all turned against Labour, bro. Mad.
So, like, my question here is, has it begun? Are we seeing the party now publicly start saying, right, we need a new leader, mate, it's time to maybe get Keir Starmer
out? Possibly. I think, to be fair, like we've said before, I mean, I know next week is going to be the 26th, Wednesday, where the budget is going to be announced. I think after that is when you're going to see people's true colours coming out and seeing whether they're confident in Labour and coming forward what policies they're going to present and implement. And if people, the general public, are going to be either happy, entirely happy, very not happy, or just unhappy in general, we'll have to see the outcome of that and see what's going to happen after that, really. But yeah, I mean, we've seen a few small bunch of Labour MPs not impressed with Keir Starmer, but it's still kind of 60-40, I think, more in favour of Keir Starmer at the moment. But after
we're seeing Andy Burnham's name pop up more and more, though, right?
Yeah, here and there. But
I feel like it, because at first it was just like, could Andy Burnham be the person to do this, right? Now it's Andy Burnham basically saying, I can't rule out not going for Labour leader.
I think he's playing it smart. He's testing the water. He did initially say, I'm not gonna stand for leader of Labour Party, but he only said that, I think, because he knows that he needs enough support to then put himself forward. Right now, it's still looking like pretty much all of Labour are behind Starmer anyway, but in light of next week and the next several months after those policies are implemented, if those policies are very unpopular and it affects many people, then we're going to have to see how many more Labour MPs are going to push for Andy Burnham or go behind his back, you know what I mean? So, yeah, no,
I hear it. And just before I get obviously the views from the other guys there still, just one question, like, do you believe, after obviously like all the arguments with Nigel Farage, and obviously he's quite opinionated, he likes being in front of the camera and being very opinionated and being rather loud and shouting, and I see a clip of him actually arguing with people on LBC radio, like, you know what I mean? But is Wes Streeting the best person to actually like go and start the coup for you?
Is he starting the coup?
Yeah, so they're trying to say that he's looking to start a coup to get, obviously, to go against Keir Starmer. And Andy Burnham is the guy they want to go against him.
Well, you know, Wes Streeting, you know, when you told me before, Dotty, about the people who are right next to Starmer, is Wes Streeting one of them?
So he's next to Starmer, but I think he's still more of the camera, more of the face, one of the faces. Like Lammy, like Mahmood. You know what I mean? I think he's one of the faces. If you notice, he's in front of the camera a lot. You know what I mean?
And is he, would you consider him higher than Lammy and
No.
than people?
No.
Oh wow. So I mean, he's still a little mad person right now.
I still think he's quite small. He might have a basis. Yeah. He might have a basis of power, like in terms of the public. But I'm telling you, in terms of that party, I don't think he's one of the big man in the party, like the big man in the party. Like I said, like the Faddens, like the McSweeneys, like, you see what I'm saying? Like them, the number ones and twos next, the twos and threes next to Starmer. You see what I don't think Wes Streeting is one of them.
Isn't he one of the guys that people were thinking he might be the next Labour leader as he does that one?
There was two names at first, before Andy Burnham started coming up again, there was two names that were saying could try and go against Starmer. One was Peter Kyle, the other was Wes Streeting. I can't remember what minister Peter Kyle. I think Wes Streeting is the Health Secretary. I think he's something to do with health, if I'm correct. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, I know. He's the one.
Yeah, I think he's the Health Secretary. He was the one that was going to he was the one that argued with Farage a lot, calling Farage a terrorist, basically a racist, and all sorts, and saying some outlandish stuff about him. You know what I mean? And the Reform Party.
And he's got a big mouth, innit? He's got a big mouth.
And that's the thing. Usually, you got a big mouth, they kind of put you in places a lot. You know what I mean? Because you got a big mouth, so they're going to put you in places where you can be heard. You see what I'm saying? But my thing is, usually when that happens, you're not one of the big guys. You're one of the faces that keeps them relevant.
Yeah, I hear you.
You see, that's just to me. I'm not saying I could be right. I'm just saying to me, I feel like the more they put your face on camera, the more that you're there for. That's what you're there for, technically. Even though they gave you a position, you're there for the camera. You know what I mean? The guys that he wants to start doing shit, you don't see them on a camera. They're just going and doing shit. Because you don't hear about Pat McFadden that much. You don't hear about McSweeney that much unless there's a scandal going on or they've done something wrong. See what I'm saying? Other than that, they're in the background doing their thing. As I said, that McSweeney does his chief of staff. So to me, that's his number two right there. And he even says it in the papers. That's his number two right there. That's his right-hand man. That's one of the dudes he trusts the most. You know what I mean? And I believe that, considering that when we spoke about McSweeney in one of our spaces, Keir Starmer cleared him, and he was talking about having feral meetings and going nuts on people for no reason and shit like that. And Starmer's just going like, oh no, it's all right, he's fine. It was nothing. You see what I'm saying? Where I think if that was Streeting or anyone else, I reckon they'll be either reprimanded or there'll be some sort of reshuffle. There'll be some sort of, let me move you here and bring this person in. That's just me though. Like, I could be completely fucking wrong. I'll be perfectly honest with that. I could be completely wrong, but that's just that's what's in my head.
Yeah, I mean, I think for myself, I still see it as early days for people pushing for the replacement of Starmer as Labour leader amongst his party. I still think it's early days. But yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. There might be a few pockets contemplating it for now, but I think it's still early days, and we're gonna have to just wait a bit more to see if there is any more discontent amongst more people rather than just the odd one or two. Do you get me?
Yeah, I hear that. No, I hear that. Jay, Live Lounge?
I don't know what happened 5-10 minutes ago, but I was thrown out of the group, and I ended up in another group, and I realised
what?
I was talking to American guys. I think Josh was in another group.
Oh, Steen, okay. Just try to take you, man. Just try to teeth you to another group, man. Hey, Jay, they're trying to teeth Live Lounge, bruv. They're trying to teeth the problem.
Yeah, sure. They do. I think there's some Zionists at work trying to work the machinery alter the software so I'll get thrown out when I start speaking the truth.
Okay. Well, you have a problem in it. They got to try and do a thing in it. They got to try and do a thing.
So, I mean, just to quickly go over two things, which is just what I was saying about the embassy.
Yeah.
It's naive of us to think that China is the only country that doesn't do an international espionage, that doesn't spy on the UK. The US will do it, Russia will do it, Iran will do it. They've all got embassies. So let's not fool ourselves and think that a country that we think is friendly to us doesn't do any spying, because it's in their interest to gather information on us as a country in order for them to use it to their advantage. And that doesn't rule out the United States at all. On the front of it, we're friends, we're family, we're together. However, if they've got some information that they can alter their behaviour or their actions, or take or do something that's going to benefit the USA or Trump, they will use it covertly or overtly, however they feel they need to use it in order to get what they want. So let's not fool ourselves and thinking you're my mate, you would never do anything against me because you're my mate. Please, this is international espionage. This is countries talking about multi-billions of dollars and pounds and power over your friend and your foe. So let's just understand that and not be naive. There have been embassies, as I said, from all sorts of friends and foes: Iran, Afghanistan, although, as I said, some have been kicked out, and we have reciprocal agencies in their countries. So that's how it works.
Okay.
So moving on to what we're talking about now, which is what we're talking about again. You were just talking about.
So my question is, has it actually begun where, like, obviously the Labour Party are now starting to come out publicly saying that we need a new leader?
I'm with you. So listen, there is nothing wrong with putting in place a new leader. Just the party, change the leader. That's how it's been done in the past. We've had the Conservatives use that power to take out leaders and change them for new ones, which gives the party a new direction, a new emphasis. I, who are a supporter of the party, I agree with doing that, because I don't believe Starmer is a strong enough leader. It's not because he's not a strong leader with other countries, although that is an issue. I think he's not a strong, he doesn't present himself as a strong leader, and it's all about optics. He doesn't fully understand optics. He's a nice chap, but he gives a weak persona, which is terrible for the country. It's terrible for and he doesn't fully understand economics, because Andy Burnham has done a lot for Manchester economically and in other ways as well. So this is how Boris Johnson did similar thing for London, and then he used London as a stepping stone, and he wanted to transfer those abilities and techniques to the country. But obviously it didn't work because of him as a person. I think Andy Burnham would be an ideal replacement for Keir, and would be beneficial to the country.
Okay. I hear that. Jay?
Basically, quickly on Warehouse's point, yes, we all agree that every country has embassies here. Well, if you check, the countries that have been known for espionage, they have other checks that they have to go through before the embassy is allowed. Now, China, we know they have espionage, yeah? They've got embassy here, yeah? And they want a bigger embassy with dark rooms. Now, no other country would do that, and no other country would accept that. Because when you come and say you want an embassy, the country say, okay, cool. This is what we want of you. We want to make sure that we can whatever policies or procedures they got. No other country says, nah, you know what? Fuck your policies and procedures. I'm putting my embassy here, or there's gonna be trouble. So that argument about espionage and all the rest of it, like, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is that the fact that, you know, we're being threatened to put an embassy where we know it's got dark roots that no other country would do or accept. On Keir Starmer, now my thing is this, like I said, Keir Starmer, he's a bought man, yeah? He's owned. So I don't even think, I think he'll be in the lead by the end of the 4 years that he got left. I don't think that he'll get displaced because he's too valuable to people directly. And so I think people in the Labour Party who might not have the same ideologies or want to link with certain people as he does, like, that's not going to happen. Labour has to, or Keir Starmer has to in place what he has to in place in the next 4 years, what he's planned. And not what he's planned, but what the people above him has planned. People such as BlackRock, people such as the global leaders, people such as Ursula, people such as China. They want to implement into the UK. So, I think regardless of how much ever issues he goes through, I mean, we've seen it in for a year. We've seen how he's hurt the country. We've seen how he's been caught up in bare bullshit, yeah, where, you know, he shouldn't have been in certain places or he was in certain places. Like, he's got away with everything. Every single thing he's got away with. Like, and like, that's only a year. So, for me, it's like, well, if he's got away with that much already, he's obviously guarded by a bigger brother, and he's gonna get away with it for the next 4 years because the big brother wants to implement his shit into whatever's going on in the country. And it's probably to take more from the country, obviously, innit? So that's my whole view on Keir Starmer, man. There's nothing that's gonna displace him from the leadership.
Well, so you think he's not going nowhere?
Nah.
Okay. No, I hear that. Don't get me wrong. I still have the notion that he will not be the leader by the time it comes to the next election.
Well, general election.
The next general election, he will not be leader by then. I personally think he won't be leader by then. But the way things are going right now, and the way the party are now starting to rear their head publicly and say, I think it may be time for a new leader. Usually when that happens, as the days go by and as the weeks go by, more and more come out. Yeah, they will start mentioning Andy Burnham's name more and more. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it'll be like, it'll be like a vote of confidence, or something's happened so bad that he has to step down himself. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's a completely different time right now. I don't think it works how it used to work. I think, even look at Zelensky. Like, I don't think things are working how they used to work. I think things are now very manufactured.
But remember, Zelensky remember, he took away voting for this because he's going for a war.
Oh yeah, but that's what normal countries would do. If you're going for a war, we wouldn't have voting.
Yeah, you'll take away voting, obviously.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, everything that we're seeing going on is very manufactured, man. And like, what we're seeing in this country, everything that you're looking at is manufactured, man. There's nothing by accident, nothing by chance. It's not like, all this stuff is happening by, coincidence. These are all manufactured shit, and it's manufactured by a certain group of people. And Keir Starmer is going to be one of the lapdogs of them people. So I have, in my thing, it's like, normally, you might see a couple of people might raise their head and but I think the general ultimate of it now, with control on mainstream media and on what goes out and what goes in, to be able to be like I said, for a whole year, the math stuff that he's done, that he's fucked up on, and he just got away with it cleanly, like no backlash, like especially like with the investigation with the rape gangs, no backlash whatsoever. Like, it's like he just keeps doing stuff and he just gets away with it. So even when people are going to be raising, like, stepping away from it, he's still going to have that thing where the people above him want him in there, so he's going to be there regardless.
Yeah, so like, just going off what you're saying, I do hear it, because obviously there is a possibility you got to remember, he has made deals with certain people, and one particular set of people he's made is BlackRock. And BlackRock are very good at keeping people in place when they need to keep them in place, especially when they make deals with them. So I do think that there is a possibility of what you're saying could be right. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I still think that like he'll be gone at some point. You know what I mean? But I do hear what you're saying though. Because of the deals he's made, they'll be looking to keep him in place. And they'll do what they need to do, manufactured or not, to make sure he stays there.
Yeah.
So, no, I hear what you're saying there, man. I fully hear it. But man, then, I will ask the people then for their final thoughts on the space today.
Yes, man. This was a sick space today, man. Wicked space, man. We got into detail about many topics. I don't know if I'm looking forward to next week, man, because I don't know if the budget's going to be good or bad, but yeah, we just got to see what happens next week concerning our budget. Yeah, man, and obviously we got into some detail about what's it called? In the beginning, Steve Bannon, and the whole Epstein stuff, and interestingly, Saudis and Trump's trading relationship, and the jets that got sold out, and Ukraine and that. But yeah, big up everyone. I'm sure there's a few more topics I just can't remember, man. But yeah, big up everyone. Live Lounge, hope you have a good night. Don't get too drunk, you know what I mean?
Party time!
You know what I mean? Straight up. Yeah, Jay, Live Lounge.
Yeah. Can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Good, extremely good space, as always, loving it. Obviously next week we're going to be going into austerity and all that good stuff, innit? So, I'm looking forward to that. High taxes and low spending and shit. Win. Other than that though, man, there's a lot of things going on. I think one of the key elements that we got to take away is what he was saying, that, you know, there's a lot of smoke screens that's going right now, so there's going to be some kind of underlying agenda that's going to start popping up his rear head soon. So, as Dottie was saying, it like, your popcorn. Jeez!
Yeah, man, grab your snacks. Grab them snacks. You know what I mean? Straight up. I don't know where Live Lounge has gone.
I think the party started right now.
Yeah, man, party started. You know what I mean? But I will say, obviously, it was a brilliant space today, man. We did get through quite a bit of stuff, and obviously with the Steve Bannon thing. And I was going to mention, Jay, do you remember when that dude came on the stage with the guys from New Zealand, and they were doing that? They done the hat.
Oh yeah.
Stage, yeah. And then they started getting all them flags.
Yeah.
So you see the dude that was on the microphone?
Yeah.
That was Steve Bannon. You know what I mean? Like, so that, like, I was like, I wonder why, because in my head I was like, I wonder why he's here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I did think, what's Steve Bannon doing here? Like, why is he getting involved? What's happening with him? And now all of this stuff's come out. Yeah, like, so it's kind of like, oh, okay, man's like, I don't know if it was a sort of redemption thing or he was just trying to get in people's good books or anything like that. But I know he was trying to it felt like he was trying to do something, you know what I mean, for his own game. It was just like, I felt like, because if you noticed, yeah, out of everyone that was on that stage on that particular day on the 13th of September, yeah, he took the long, do you remember we were standing there going, what are you taking so long for, bruv? Like, let the other people speak. He was taking long, like, and I'm like, you don't need to go on for that long, you know what I mean? You just don't. Like, everyone else took about a minute, you took about 20.
Mad.
Even Tommy didn't even take that long.
Madness.
And Tommy's supposed to be the one that takes the longest.
Wow.
And even he took only about, 5 minutes?
Mad.
You know what I mean?
And
it was on to the next. So I think on that day he was more like wanting other people to speak that day. But Steve Bannon kind of just like took the show, bruv. Like, you see what I'm saying? He took the show, bruv. Like, with obviously whatever agenda he was looking to bring, you get me? Like, so that was I was just like, yeah, when you mentioned Steve Bannon, I was like, yeah, I remember when he was trying to take long on the stage. You know what I mean? What was he doing? You know what I mean? But other than that, it's obviously, it's getting techie at it. Like, again, I do think that, like, as much as I do hear what Jay's saying, and there is that possibility that he's going to be kept in, and it won't be of his doing, it'll be with the people he's made deals with, I think. You know what I mean? On that sense. You know what I mean? But on the flip side of that, I do think there is a possibility that he might not be here. You know what I mean? Like, he might not be here. And if they shout Andy Burnham's name enough, yeah, then something might start rumbling. You see what I'm saying? Regarding obviously Keir Starmer bowing down to the mega embassy, I'm not surprised. Because if I remember correctly, in the space where we talked about it, I said that man's going to give the green light and that embassy's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I blatantly said, no, that's going to happen, man. Like, he's going to let that go. Especially after, like, him and his people then came out and said that China's not a threat. From time you're saying that, you're going to let shit go, innit?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, that's a bit of a mad thing to me also. Because again, I don't even know why you're giving them planning permission when considering they're not even telling you why they've blacked out rooms. You know what I mean? Why there's certain pipes going to certain places, this, that and the other. You see what I'm saying? Like, when they saw the plans for that place, the plans were very different. The way they wanted to do things it was very like, that's weird. What's going on here? So they ask questions, they don't get answers, and then they get threatened. And then all of a sudden you're letting them do it. Weird, isn't it? Weird.
Some people learn by putting their hand over the fire and letting it burn, bro. They don't learn by...
Yeah, but he don't learn, bro, because he keeps on sticking his hand over the flame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy will never learn, man. And it's like, yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. And like I said, for me, I always sit back and I think, yeah, I always say this stuff, and realistically, there's a good probability a lot of this stuff comes true. I'm just going to sit back and let it go come true. There's no point me arguing my case until it happens. And then when it happens, people say, oh shit, we fucked up. And then some people are going to say, oh, we can justify this by, got good trade deals with these people. So yeah, why don't we live under their policies? These people ain't like dictators. They still let us live in our houses and stuff, but we can't be saying this kind of stuff online anymore, and we can't be doing this kind of stuff anymore. And it's like, well, you're always going to give and take, and you either learn and not give more than you take, or you just fucking be a little Starmer player and say, okay, cool, like, you take everything and I'll give you my bubble.
Oh man, fucking hell. But yeah, like it's mad techie, and obviously on top. I'm talking about the Zelensky thing today. You know what I mean? That's going to be a bit of a mad thing, innit? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying for us particularly, because we know we're already fucked regarding Ukraine, because we've been with them for 100 years. You know what I mean? So like, with us, we already know what it is. You see what I'm saying? Well, some of us already know what it is. Yeah. I still think there's a lot of people that don't even know that deal's happened. Like, you see what I'm saying? But regarding him saying, listen, it's either we lose our dignity or we lose America. Yeah, like, is that not ain't that Ukraine in quite a dark place for them right now?
Basically, yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like he's not conceding, but he's like, I don't know if we can actually win this. I don't know if we can actually do this. Do we have to actually sit down and look at this 28? Because before, I swear it was only like 8-9 points in the last little ceasefire thing. They're talking a whole 28-point thing now.
Right on.
You know what I mean? It's like that peace plan is a 28-point peace plan. Yeah, you know what I mean? And he's basically got to cede territory. If you don't cede territory, that deal ain't happening. And we've already heard him time after time after time after time. We've heard him say, we are not letting go of them areas.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen this time, innit? Because this time, the way he's talking, I'm sorry, like, that sounds like he's not conceding, but he's like, can we actually do this now as a country? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Massive.
So, that's definitely going to be something interesting to see as that rolls on. You see what I'm saying? But on top of that, people, thank you. You you know what I mean, for this space today. It's been a brilliant one. You know what I mean? Thank you to Live Lounge, aka The Problem, where he's mostly gone to party now. You know what I mean? I hope he enjoys himself. Thank you to Josh, you know what I mean, for jumping in, and thank you for his words as well. That was nice him saying them thing there still, you get me? Like the one thing that we would like people to do is to go off, you know what I mean, and literally go look at the information and make their own decisions, innit? And it seems like Josh is doing that, so that's a big thing. That's a big thing for me anyway. So that's great. Thank you for him for being here. You see what I'm saying? Thank you to you, Joey, always active, you know what I mean, a new man of balance, you get me? You get me? And obviously the co-host is always an honour, bro. You get me? Co-host with the most, as we know, you know what I mean? And other than that, people. We'll be back, not tomorrow, but the next day, with more topics and more conversation. And until that time, I will speak to everyone really fucking soon. You get me?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Take it easy, people.
Cheers.
Big soon. Cheers.